Hello. And just so you know, we're not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We're just tabletop we just like tabletop RPGs and we do this for fun. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany, and that's my line.
I thought I was going to throw you off again. And I flubbed it. I screwed it up. How do you say that every week?
Because I'm good at reading things out loud.
Also, I was curious if you were just going to say my line.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember your line. I don't have it written down.
You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests.
Oh, hey, you're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests.
I'm not going to edit any of that so it actually fits. I just thought of okay, random episodes. I'm just going to try to screw up the beginning and see if I could throw you off.
Well done. You did it. Good job.
Yeah. And this episode comes out day before Christmas. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out. So we wish you Merry Christmas if you actually celebrate it.
Or Happy Holidays, whatever other holidays you do celebrate. Or Happy Christmas if you're one of our English listeners.
Just celebrate that you're not in school or at work.
Yeah. And if you are at work, I am so sorry. I hope you have a wonderful day still.
I hope you're getting paid good money for it.
Yes, you should be.
Anyways, I don't know if we're going to actually make this a Christmas episode or...
We can try. We'll just see whatever the dice tell us.
Anyways, okay, fine. We'll see. Do you have dice?
I got them. I got a 92.
Wow, so high. We haven't done that one yet.
Oh, surprising.
92. Help find my lost pet cat. Reward 3d10 gold pieces to anyone who finds them. That's a weird thing to write down for
3d10 gold. Well, let's roll that. 1, 5, 2 is a 4, and 3. 8.
So 17.
Yep. Thanks for doing the math. I didn't want to.
Math is hard.
So reward is 17 gold pieces to anyone who finds him. So we have a lost cat.
Why so many mundane quests?
I mean, cats do be getting lost quite often.
Okay, and how are we going to put a twist on it?
This is a very adventurous cat, and it has somehow found its way into the heart of some strange beast that is kind of out in the outskirts of town, and it's just it's made friends with this beast, and the beast won't let it leave because it likes having a friend.
I got an idea.
What's up?
Okay, I'm stealing something from a book that I've read a while ago.
Okay.
It's the same book you have. You introduced me to this book where it's that thing we got on Amazon where it's a table full of random name generator or companion generator and all that stuff.
I love that book.
And it has different small quests or one shots you could throw into your party or throw into your campaigns.
Yep.
I don't remember the name of it. Maybe Edit Me will put in the name. The book is called The Game Master's Book of Random Encounters by Jeff Ashworth. Basically, one of the quests I remember was where I think it was started off somewhat... Oh, no, it didn't start similarly, but the party has to chase down a bunch of cats. And one of them turned out to be a polymorphed person.
Interesting.
And then it leads down to a whole lich thing, but we could ignore that fact. But go along the... What happens if this cat has been stuck as polymorphed as a cat?
Okay.
And then finally I have to get out of here.
So the person who put up the ad for a lost cat is the person who turned them into a cat?
No, I'm thinking either voluntarily turned into a cat, wanted to live at their crush's house or something like that, or wanted to spy in on someone's house. And so turns them itself into their cat, that house cat that lives there, swap places. And now it's I need to get out, but then they're very controlling and they don't let their cat outside.
Maybe they don't actually swap places with the cat, and maybe they're just ooh, hey, I'm going to adopt you, as cats do. Just showed up, and then they're oh, new friend, new kitty. Because what if they already had a ton of cats?
Okay, so if it was with intention to get in the house for something, or for information or whatever, and then tries to constantly leave because they got it or whatever.
Oh, you don't need to go outside, Mr. Fluffles.
Yeah, something like that. Very controlling or anything like that. But finally gets out.
My little Idiot who always tries to escape, and then he gets outside and he doesn't know what to do because he's not an outside cat.
Yeah, some cats want to get outside for some reason. I used to live with my brother and his wife, in which they have two cats. Every time the doors open, they just stare at us like, "What? What is this? What
Yeah,
is this world?"
our other cat is like that. She'll just look outside like, that's wet, no. And the idiot one will just bolt. Like, he will be there, nose at the crack of the door, ready to go. I have to stick my foot in the door first.
Oh, I know. One time I had to dive into a bush just to get him.
Thank you for that.
Ugh. Anyways, yeah, we could make this cat, just this missing cat, a polymorph person. Initially, I was kind of thinking, what happens if they're a changeling?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
But then I thought, oh, why don't we just have a stuck polymorphed
Yeah, because if they
cat?
were a changeling, they would quickly turn into something else
Mm-hmm.
and be like, I'm free. I like the idea of, what if the person who put up the sign who owned the cat, air quotes here, is an adorable little old lady who seems to be going a little bit senile and, adopted this stray cat that just came into the house and went through every single room. And the reason the person turned themselves into a cat to go through this lady's house is because she is somehow obnoxiously rich. And they want to find out where she keeps all the money so they can come back and steal it later.
Okay. I thought of the somewhat opposite,
Okay.
where it's a little girl
Mm.
who's overly attached, so that's how the cat doesn't get out.
Oh
But
my
it's a
gosh.
daughter of
It's
either
Elmira.
from Finding Nemo.
No, Looney Tunes.
Oh, okay. Her.
Yeah.
Took me a
What
second.
was the girl's name in Finding Nemo now? Does it start with a D?
I don't remember. Her name was Darla Sherman.
But same concept.
But it's a little girl, and she's the daughter of a wealthy merchant, and the cat is a burglar trying to get the information of the combination for a safe or anything like that, so that he disguises himself as a cat to infiltrate the house.
Burglar or competitor? If it's burglar, then you've literally just created a cat burglar, and I love that.
Thief, con artist, thief.
Cat burglar.
I think a con artist thief is a little bit more fancier.
Is he a tabaxi?
Sure. No. Because a tabaxi would be humanoid size.
Yes, I know, but turn into actual cat. Just,
do you think that would be degrading?
I think it would be, and I love it, though, because, nobody would suspect the tabaxi.
Well, no one would suspect a cat in general, especially when it's
Also
truly
true.
polymorphed and staying that way for, let's say, weeks upon weeks, stuck in the house and trying to constantly escape.
Now thinking in actual D&D terms here, with the polymorph spell, it only lasts for what, an hour? But if you keep re-upping it...
True polymorph.
True polymorph. That's right. That is another spell, isn't it?
Yes, but that's 8th or 9th level.
So how did this person cast a true polymorph?
We don't think about it, okay? Because this
What
is
if-
funnier.
So what if they have a special item that does it? What if they have a totem or some kind of cool thinking of word and forgot it.
A collar.
It's totally a collar with a bell on it.
Uh,
It is. And it only true polymorphs you into a cat until you take the collar off.
that or is it the other thought, which I believe in the scenario, the one shot that I read that from, it was cursed. And so the one in the one shot was the cat was running away from the party and rushes to a cleric, basically begging for the curse to be lifted
Okay.
so that he could be turned back into a human. Do you want this cat to gain a curse and then saw a opportunity and want to do it?
I like the collar idea.
Okay. That's a very powerful collar though.
It is. Maybe the collar is cursed. Once the person puts it on, they cannot remove it. Somebody else has to.
Well, usually curses are it's stuck on no matter what. It's only a remove curse spell that could break it or dispel magic. Actually, no, it's remove curse.
Yeah. It can be either of those. Somebody else has to take this collar off of him.
Okay. Are we doing the daughter of a wealthy merchant or are we going the old lady route?
I like the daughter of the wealthy merchant.
Mostly because the daughter has nothing else to do, so then it's hard to escape.
Mm-hmm. That cat is now her plaything, her doll, her baby.
Oh, we can make her super creepy.
Oh, yes. Well, I was like, I'm still thinking Elmira here because, like, I'm going to love you and hold you and squeeze you forever.
Now I'm thinking about the abominable snowman from Looney Tunes. I will love him and pet him and call him George.
Oh, Looney Tunes had so many good things in it.
But this is all backstory because this is before the actual help find my lost cat.
So help find lost cat. 17 gold seems like not much from a wealthy merchant.
Though.
That's her allowance. Yes. Oh, it's her that put the posters up.
Yes.
Okay.
The dad is too busy with work.
He doesn't care.
Neglected child approach. Okay.
Oh. Okay, so the poster is written in crayon or whatever fantasy equivalent you have of that. Chalk.
It's handwritten with if she's how old is she?
I want to say like 7, maybe 5.
Okay, starting schooling, starting to somewhat learn how to write. Because if a wealthy merchant father, she's got to learn how to write properly.
Yes. So she's just starting to learn how to write. And she's darn good at it for her age, but her handwriting is not the most beautiful yet.
Sure, yeah. What is her name? What is her and her father's name?
I mean, I was going with Elmira the whole time, but we can give her a different... Eloise.
Eloise?
Blackburn.
Yeah, that's a merchant kind of name.
Yeah.
That sounds like a neglectful father kind of last name.
Let's see. His name is Carl.
Shout out to all the Carls out there.
With a K. K-A-R-L.
Oh,
Carl
that's evil.
Blackburn.
That's the evil Carls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if your name starts with a K.
You are now an evil Carl.
Yeah. If you're a Carl that starts with a C, you're normal. But if you start with a K, you suddenly grow a goatee and now you're evil. And what is the thief's name? I also suddenly remember that I forgot the daughter's name.
Eloise.
Eloise? Okay. It's
Louise, but with an E at the beginning, so Eloise.
Okay. And what about the thief?
I'm working on it. Let's see. This list is very long. Maisha.
Maisha?
Maisha.
Okay. A little exotic sounding.
Yeah.
Is that a male or female name?
I do not know.
It kind of gives off a female vibe to me.
It kind of does, but Misha is also a masculine name, so...
Is it?
Misha? Yeah.
That gives off a feminine name for me as well.
Exactly. Maisha is a girl's name of Arabic origin, meaning alive and well, or prosperous. That's a really good name for a thief.
Oh, alive and well.
Yeah, no, prosperous.
That's desperate enough to steal from a merchant.
Okay.
Or con.
Okay,
con
so
woman.
Female thief.
I'm just glad you moved away from burglar.
Female cat burglar.
What was Maisha going for?
Probably the safe, where all the money is stored, or all the... Is there like, let's see, it's a merchant, so what if they have...
I have an idea. What if it was like a gem, a pendant that the Carl had like his most prized collection kind of thing?
The Carl?
The Carl. The merchant. I was going to say the merchant, but I'm like...
He has a name.
Yeah, we just determined that. That Carl had like imported and all that stuff. Shows like how far-reaching his business could go kind of thing. It's a very exotic kind of gem.
Is it a famous gem?
It could be a named famous gem.
Okay.
And the approach that Maisha was going to do is, as a cat, go in there, swallow the pendant, because cats could cough up fur balls. So swallow the pendant, get out, and then once in a safe location, cough up the fur ball, and then take off the collar. But not realizing that the collar is stuck.
Cursed.
And so swallows it and all that stuff. But then every time it tries to escape, Eloise kept stopping her.
It's like, no, Kitty, you're coming with me.
And I think for the like X amount of time that was constantly trying to escape, have to cough it up and then swallow it again.
Yeah, so it doesn't go deeper into digestive tract. Because fun thing about cats, when they swallow things, everything gets tied up in knots. Another experience with my idiot cat. He swallowed string, tied his intestines in knots.
Lovely.
And he threw up everywhere.
But that is my attempt. Yes, no.
Yes, I like it. So what is the name of the gem?
Okay. Going generic. The dragon's eye. It's an amber that's very orange and yellow hue.
Okay.
That looks like a dragon's eyeball.
There you go. Is it actually amber or is it?
No, it's actual gem.
Okay.
So it just has amber color hues to it.
So amber colored gem. People will ask.
That's not my expertise. I don't know gems.
Okay, well, I just got amber.
Is that an actual gem?
Yes.
Oh.
It's petrified sap.
I knew that, but I didn't know
It's
that
considered a
classified.
gem.
I didn't know that was classified as a gem.
Other orange colored gems we have are andesine feldspar. This one has dragon's eye qualities to it. Carnelian.
Okay, it's a carnelian.
There's also citrine, which can be finished to look like sparkly, like a diamond almost, but it's bright freaking orange. There's sunstone. That one's cool looking. Coral. It's coral.
Like under the water.
Yeah, but polished and finished to look like a gem. It's
like
not
a
sparkly.
gem. It's not a gem.
It's. I mean, these all show up under gems. Fire opal. That's cool. Yeah. Ooh, orange garnets. That's a thing.
Okay, back on track.
Nope.
Get back on the track.
There's also orange sapphires.
Tiffy, we're losing her.
Imperial topaz. There's a lot of orange stones out there.
Hey, train's over here. Train's over here. Come back.
All right, we'll go with the one.
Follow the sound of my voice.
Oh my
Fire
God.
opal sounds like the best.
Not the carnelian?
Fire opal sounds cool.
Okay.
Especially when it's like dragon.
Okay, yeah. Opals are pretty cool too, so.
Also-
Fire opal is what it is.
Uh,
I've closed the tab.
so, little girl, Eloise puts up the flyers, all that stuff. This is where the party comes in.
Yes.
Where do we have Marcia go?
Misha?
Misha, sorry.
Away. Probably like a safe house that she's got somewhere.
But the problem is, the party's not going to know that the cat is not a cat. So
Yeah.
they're not going to guess smuggler's hideout or like a den for thieves, you know?
Yeah, but a thief would go to their safe house.
I understand, but how do we then get the party to go there?
Tracking.
How?
You track the paw prints.
Are you putting the, like, is it snowing out?
Maybe.
We didn't talk about this at all. Don't assume, like, oh, yeah, obviously the paw prints. I'm like,
No.
what paw prints?
There is an actual like tracking option in D&D. You can track people, and if you are proficient at it, you can, have advantage on tracking. Or if, say, maybe somebody in the party has a dog.
Don't reference that. We always is based off of if they don't have that option.
I know,
or they don't have
but-
that capability.
So it's like I believe a survival check to track something. And if they do relatively well, they can track the cat.
Okay, but where like if they don't roll well, then how do we have to have a setup so that if they fail, it'll still direct them.
Okay, so if they fail that, they can just start spreading out across town, calling the cat's name, looking around. And as an ever-loving DM, you can literally just have the cat run in front of one of them.
Just make it that obvious.
Mm-hmm. How was I going to find a cat? Those things are sneaky.
I know.
Especially a cat with a safe house.
Well, okay. Maisha would go to safe house and then try to like take it off.
Yeah.
But then couldn't. So
Yes.
then that's when leave the safe house trying to find a solution.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the solution? And or is the party just going to yoink and then bring it back with no questions asked?
It'd probably be a yoink and bring back, but the cat's going to fight. Maisha doesn't want to go back.
Also, that means that the Dragon's Eye gem is in the hideout because threw it up.
Oh, yeah, she probably hid it in the hideout.
And it'll be in the hideout.
Uh-huh.
So then gem is now gone and then bring back the cat. And so then mission done and then...
So cats do have a strange ability to almost speak. I've watched a lot of videos of cats. They're just too cute. But they can almost mimic words sometimes.
Actually, I think I remember seeing a video where they talk about cats and dogs have actually similar vocal cords than us, in which that's why you kind of hear sometimes words.
So if this cat actually knew the words, they might be able to make similar sounds to say, don't or please stop.
That actually brings up a good question. Like, if in the fantasy world you have the wild shape or polymorph or anything like that, would you be able to, since you know how to actually speak common, aka English, to actually speak it as a dog or a cat.
You definitely could as a crow.
Crows or parrots or
Ravens.
yeah, even though they don't allow that
I know.
in the
What's
game
up with that?
because it's like overpowered.
Anyway, would this cat... Well, let's just say it would take a higher perception to be able to hear this.
I think if we just go based off the legit rules, cats can't speak.
Yeah.
So if we actually
That's fine.
just do stat block, but let's say you give the party a chance to roll Arcana to sense the magic coming from the caller,
Okay.
and you could sense that it is possibly cursed or anything like that. If they fail that, possibly what you could do is the party returns the cat, and the cat daughter's happy and all that stuff. Maisha's depressed, or pissed, either way. But let's say the next day there's a new like job posting from Carl
Oh.
Blackwell. Was that the
Blackburn. Blackwell was a
Blackburn.
different episode.
Okay, I don't remember which.
Me either.
Blackburn about tracking down the thief / the missing gem.
Actually, I just remembered what episode that was. Vaguely. It's the one with the it's Out of Shorts Part 2 with the haunted mansion. Blackwell is the name of the lady
Oh,
that lived in it.
the final boss ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that was based off of the Killer Duchess.
Yeah.
Man, that was a long time ago.
I've been listening to the episodes again. Remember?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So then we could start the part 2, in which then they actually had to find the gem.
Oh, I see. So
And
this
then they
leads
could
to a
possibly
secondary quest.
find the connection that the cat stole
the
it and all
gem.
that stuff.
So yeah, so my priceless gem has been stolen and it's got like a much higher reward. So taking this lower reward quest will lead to a much higher reward quest.
But the problem is that still doesn't help the party to determine cat did it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, if we have it set up so that it was the cat escapes his first attempt, then he could say, oh, the gem disappeared on this day, the day the cat went missing. Then you could put two and two together.
But what if
a little bit
when they somehow eventually track down the gem, which is safely hidden in the safe house? I don't know how they'd manage that.
It'll be just in a small nook and cranny because cats are liquid and they can fit in small crevices. So just go into a small crevice, throw it up, and then squeeze your way back out.
Yeah, so they would definitely have to use a like locate object spell or something like that.
I think we have to get the party to realize that the cat stole it, and then once they know that the cat stole it and the cat is really human, whatever race you want to make, Maisha, then cure the cures and then interrogate or convince and then get the gem. I thought that approach.
All right.
I mean, the locate item thing, that could easily be done as a shortcut, and the party will probably try to come up with shortcuts, but we need to do the non-magical approach.
If they don't have that spell.
Yes, because we should always plan on the non-shortcut ones.
Right. So if they do have that spell, congratulations, you found the gem and you don't know who the thief is.
And then the cat will steal it again.
And the cat's totally going to steal it again and escape.
Yeah.
So, let's see. What if they go talk to Carl and they realize, oh, this is the same place we brought the cat back to.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's interesting. And then he starts talking about, yes, the gem went missing just the other day, which is the same day as the cat went missing. So if they hear that, they'll probably start thinking, why did the cat go missing the same day the gem went missing? And the cat's just sitting in the corner, just like trying not to make eye contact.
Yeah, roll insight.
Sitting in Eloise's lap, because she's in the room too, and she is just holding that cat like a doll.
That's true. The reason why Carl Blackburn wasn't there and they didn't meet him when they met Eloise, is because he's searching his businesses to see, trying to find the gem because it went missing.
Yeah.
And he was frantically, it doesn't get out until he doesn't admit that it's stolen on the first day.
Right.
He tries to do it silently because that would ruin his reputation.
Right.
And now it's actually legit. And then he knows exactly the day.
And he'd probably ask the party to keep it under wraps what they are looking for, so as not to, ruin his good name, that he buys an amazingly expensive gem and then just loses it.
Okay, so you're saying that the second job posting would be, because it would be like a posting like you will find on for this one.
Yeah.
Except for probably that one will be a legit tavern board kind of thing.
Probably.
It's just finding a
missing item.
Missing item or recovering stolen items.
Yeah.
And then they go talk to him if they actually pick it up.
Yeah.
And then they learn about the connection there.
Right. And if they do have the locate object spell, then bam, easy peasy. It wasn't the cat.
But, okay, so clue number 1 is it disappeared the same day that the cat escaped.
Yes.
Multiple opportunities of just roll insight or perception checks, see how shady the cat's being while in the same room.
Did you say rule or clue?
For when?
You said something number 1.
Clue number 1.
Oh, I heard rule. That's weird. Sorry, please continue.
Because you have both of your headphones on.
I can still hear you.
But that just suddenly made me think of why would Carl have his daughter be in the same room about the theft of the gem?
Because she is learning how to run a business. And part of running a business is hiring people. And so she is there to observe.
She could barely write.
Yes.
I don't think
but
5 is the age.
But you gotta start them young. Okay, so maybe as they're walking into the building, they'll see her manhandling this poor cat.
I got an idea. He's having the conversation with him in like the living room or something like that, right? Then the Eloise is going to walk by and see you guys and be happy to see the party and then interrupt this session with Cat like hugging the cat in it's like the long cat look.
Poor thing.
Holding it under the arms.
Yeah.
Which I hear is painful for cats and dogs.
Oh, poor babies.
But that's how she gets into the conversation. She interrupts because she likes the party because they returned her cat. Okay. But what is clue number 2? Quote unquote, somewhat obvious clue number 2.
The gate to get in the room where he stores everything isn't solid. It's intricately designed. Only something small and quite possibly liquid could fit through it.
Do you want to just like have small scratch marks?
I don't think a cat will leave scratch marks in metal.
Or wooden. If it's a wooden display, I don't know where he would keep. Where would he keep the dragon's eye?
In a vault.
In like a small safe in his personal study or something like that.
Oh, no, I was thinking like an entire room of his house has been turned into this vault. Like, it's a full-size door to walk into it.
I was just thinking that he keeps his personal stuff in a small, like, wall safe or something like that, or possibly display it. But his greater riches would be at either in a bank or at his businesses. Like, this is his personal home.
Yeah. I was imagining almost a display room, museum-esque even. Museum.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, it's got all these things where he has all of his treasures displayed. And then it's like a gate that he has to unlock and open to get into it.
Okay.
And that gate had holes just ever so slightly large enough for a cat to wedge their head through. And as you know with cats, if they can fit their head through, they can fit the rest of their body.
And the display for that gem is glass, and there's that perfect cut circle because of a cat claw. Just cut.
Yes. Well, maybe not a perfect circle. Maybe it just looks like somebody went like, I'm doing a gesture here. You can't see me. It's like, you know, they start at the top and so it kind of comes to a point. So it's not quite an oval. It comes to a point at the top and the bottom.
There is a scene in which Puss in Boots does one of that. Just imagine that, lick the palm.
Okay, yeah, no, totally that. It's that scene right there.
Yeah, just
question.
Say that.
What color is the cat?
Didn't you say you wanted the cat to be a specific breed?
No.
I thought you did earlier.
Tabaxi.
Oh, that's right. You were requesting something, I forgot.
Yeah.
Whatever the game master wants, their favorite cat.
Yeah, there you go. If you are the game master and you are running this,
mine would be a Mancoon.
Make it your cat if you have one. If you have a cat, that cat is this cat burglar.
Actually, wait, what species of cat is Grumpy Cat?
Oh, Grumpy Cat?
Yeah.
I think he's Persian. No. Siamese?
No, I thought Siamese are usually thinner and doesn't have that fluffy coat.
I think there are fluffy Siamese.
Whatever. Grumpy Cat, because after being caught again, Maisha would just be Grumpy Cat. That face would be just the entire time.
You know what? I'm going to ask the internet, what breed is Grumpy Cat? Oh.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Ordinary domestic short hair. The feline equivalent of a mixed breed.
You know what? That actually works.
She. Grumpy Cat was a she. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. So yeah, totally has Grumpy Cat face going on, but can be whatever color you want them to be, honestly.
Okay. We still need to think of clues on how to point the party to the cat.
Okay. Shed claws. Around the hole that's been cut, cats will shed their claws. They have casings on either side, on the outside of their claws, that will just shed off every now and then. So you find them all over your house.
Also, they find cat hair in that
One
room.
single whisker. They shed those too.
If they have high enough perception, they notice like flakes, strands of cat hair.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But, for the regular person, they have a cat in the house. Of course, there's cat hair everywhere. But a shed claw in the room? A whisker? How'd those get in?
Well, any hair if it's supposed to be locked in.
It's true, yeah.
Thing like
So it's
that.
like, how did cat shed things get in here?
Hopefully that's obvious enough.
Maybe there's a paw print on the glass.
Or that.
Because, they had the one paw to take the glass, the glass circle they cut out, and they used the other one for leverage.
I always thought that the circle one cutout would just, be pushed in and set aside so it doesn't break, because that would make noise.
Okay, the glass circle is still there, and it's got a paw print on it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest clue right there.
And the merchant guy's like, I don't know.
Well, he wouldn't see the paw print.
Yeah,
Maybe he
just
doesn't
roll high
notice it.
enough.
But everyone else doing their, super close inspections, maybe one of them will see the paw print, and he'll be like, huh? Cat's never been in here.
Okay, we talk about the unwritten rules about tabletop RPGs. I think another one that we never talk about, we kind of have to make NPCs dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that, or I didn't realize that.
He's just a cat.
It just happened in front of you. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like common sense things that they're oblivious or dumb about.
Like NPCs in a video game. Something blows up next to them. Fine day, isn't it?
No, my favorite is Skyrim, where it'll be two guards talking, and then you'll be crouched in the corner in the dark, and you shoot an arrow and kill one of the guards. The other one will be like, what was that? Come out there. And it's investigates for a while, doesn't find you. Must have been the wind. Goes back to his position and then starts to talk with a dead body. It's one side of a conversation.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
It's like, must be the wind. He's dead. How's that the wind?
That's some strong wind.
That shot an arrow into your fellow guard.
There's an arrow in your butt.
Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek.
Okay. Anyways, they discover about the cat, another chance to figure out the collar kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
or they could possibly take it to a random druid that could talk to animals or something like that.
Druid that can talk to animals, or cleric who could cast Zone of Truth or something?
Well, they have to, if they still think it's a cat and not realize it's a human transformed as a cat, they would want to speak with animals to talk to the cat first, because think it's a legit cat that possibly stole it.
So then at that point,
and then
Misha has to pretend to be an actual cat and make actual cat responses instead of actual, sentient being responses.
The game master could make Misha sound shady, or Misha could be so desperate, it's like, oh, thank God, please, anything, just get this collar off me. It's stuck.
Get it off, get it off, get it off.
Panicking that Misha might be stuck as a cat for rest of her life. That might break character. And it's like, please, you gotta help me.
I'll give the gem back. Just please get me out of here. She's a monster.
Or I will cut you half of the gem.
Oh, there you go. I'll cut you in on the deal.
Yeah, try to bribe them. It's like, I stole it. Just get me out of this. And then we could share profits.
So at that point, is your party good or evil?
And that is up for them.
Yep.
So, Total Recall, great movie. But to sum up everything that happened, is a better way to say it. The party gets a flyer about a missing cat that will pay 17 gold pieces to anyone who finds them. The party will find the cat randomly, most likely not realize that it's a person trying to get the collar off. Then they steal it. They nab him.
That's fine.
Bring it back to the little girl. She's gonna be grateful. She's gonna be ecstatic. Then a day or two later, see a job posting about a stolen item to retrieve a stolen item. Realize that it's the girl's father. She's going to give them money to find the stolen gem.
How much?
Let's say 200 gold for the entire party.
Okay.
They get to investigate the scene of the crime and all that stuff. Deduce, hopefully, that the cat did it, in which then it could lead to them trying to speak to the cat, and the game master could find multiple ways of just tossing that in the city of ways to talk to a cat. And then the cat will admit it, beg for the collar to, curse collar to break, so it get turned back into a human, and then whatever the party determines on returning the gem or cutting a deal with it.
I just had a funny thought.
What?
What if when they speak to the cat, they just hear in response a person saying, meow? Because this person doesn't know what a cat would say.
That's if want to keep character or
Yeah.
not, or want to like desperate. It's either
I just feel
or.
like that'd be a great way to start.
That would be funny,
Yeah.
especially if like the party's never talked to an animal before.
Yeah. This is their first time speaking with animals, and it's just, meow. Shout out to Cats Don't Dance.
Wow, that's an old animated movie.
But it's so good.
I forgot what total tangent, and then we'll just wrap it up.
Okay.
I forgot what it was. When I was a kid, there was one VHS movie. Well, if you don't know what VHS is, look it up. There was
Oh,
one
the good old
VHS
days.
movie that I watched a lot, and Cats Don't Dance was one of the promos in the beginning of that tape. And I
Nice.
remember seeing that promo so many times.
I just watched that movie so many times.
I think I only saw that movie once or something like that.
It's so good.
But I've seen that promo so many times. It was back when you couldn't skip promos in the beginning of a movie.
Unless you fast forward.
Well, that led to like promos in the beginning of like the DVDs movie that you could just skip chapters. Then it led to today, which has no promos in the beginning of a movie anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't realized that, have you?
Well, I haven't gotten any DVDs recently. I just get things digitally now.
And that's one of the reasons why they cut that out, because no one's gonna watch it anyways.
Right? I mean, people just fast forwarded back in the day when we had that button. And you could do that on the promos. You couldn't skip either.
Well,
Like,
for
as
VHS tapes, when you fast forward like that, it wears it down, and it's actually bad for the thing. If you have it
That's
playing
why
or
my-
displaying and you fast forward back and forward while it's still showing, that's bad for the tape.
Okay, well, that's probably why my bed knobs and broomsticks died.
You're supposed to stop it, fast forward, or rewind, and then hit play. Well, it's too late now, but
Yeah, I know. That VHS died, and we were so sad because then we just didn't have that movie, but it's so good. What was the movie that you
I
watched?
can't remember.
Aw.
Anyways, I think that'll be it. We've made a successful, I guess it could be in the wintertime quest. I don't know.
You know, yeah, just throw some snow in there.
Sure. How festive. If you have a quest idea of your own, or if you put this in your campaign, let us know on Twitter at QuestBoardPod or down in the comments on our YouTube channel. Actually, any video on the ideas.
Yeah, let us know.
And I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.